people listen to Simon Jordan, right? Like, actually take his word as Bible, yeah? And he comes out with things like that, and it's a lie.
This is Jonathan Agger, Fifth Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Matchroom CEO Frank Smith here at the Joshua Helenius final press conference. Goes down this Saturday live on DAZN. Frank, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm glad we got it done. I'm glad we're here for a press conference. There were moments in the last few days where I wasn't sure where this was going to end up. So, yeah, happy that we're here and a big night ahead of us on Saturday.
So let's go straight into it. When you found out the news that Dillian Whyte had returned an adverse analytical finding on a VADA test, what was your instant reaction? What do you guys do in that process?
Look, it was very early hours of Saturday morning. I was actually asleep. Eddie was upset that I went to bed at 1:30 in the morning or whatever. I know exactly. He was. I didn't have my phone on loud as well. But as soon as we could all speak, everyone was on different time zones. So as soon as we could all speak that morning, we got on a call and we made a decision. We made the decision there and then, and we announced it. An hour and a half, 2 hours later. So we made movements as quick as we possibly could. I've said a few times, we've been through so many tough times now that it literally just goes over your head. As in, the negativity, you go, right, let's just get on with it and deal with it.
So, in terms of what you can tell us, I know Eddie said that certain things have to be held back for legal reasons, but Dan Raphael reported the other day that it was multiple failed tests. Is that accurate?
Look, I can't go into the details of the testing. There's lots of questions I'm sure people have got, but that's a personal and private matter between Dillian and the testing agency. It's not our battle to face, and I think you have to let Dillian go through the procedure now, as other people have in this position, and you have to let him go through that, and then go from there. And he's got, I'm sure, a tough period ahead of him, but give him that time, and then I'm sure people can make a judgment when the people who are specialists within this field have made their call.
Just on what Simon Jordan said the other day, I'll give you the right to respond. I'm sure you've been asked about it, but he claimed that Robert Smith told you on Friday that about the test results. When did you speak to Robert Smith about it?
I spoke to Robert Smith at 10:40 on Saturday morning. We got the results. All of us got the results in our inbox Saturday early hours of the morning. So as soon as we could all get in touch with each other and speak on the phone, we did. But this is the problem. Like, I know he came out and said, "Oh, actually, I got it wrong." But this is the problem. People listen to Simon Jordan, right? Like, actually take his word as Bible, yeah? And he comes out with things like that, and it's a lie. It's not true. So we have to defend our position in that instance, and but we move on from there. He apologised, I think. Maybe apologised. I don't even think he apologised. He said, "Oh no, it was actually Saturday." It's like, all right, just brush it off like that. But this is the reality. When people listen to him moving forward, take it with a pinch of salt.
In terms of the debate he had with Eddie, Eddie was saying about sort of talkSPORT. Oh, Gareth is here.
How are you, mate?
I'm good.
Yeah, good.
I'm looking forward to the new documentary series, by the way.
So am I, mate.
Netflix.
Oh.
Is it really?
I don't know, mate. Not me. Don't ask me. Ask someone over there.
That's all right. Anyway.
Interview anyway, Gareth. Mine. Don't take it.
Moving on, it was actually convenient timing for my next question. So Eddie was saying that talkSPORT have sort of an agenda against Joshua and things like that. What's your view on it?
I think people have favourites. That's the reality of it. I think people have favourites, people they like, people that they'll push messaging for, and that's life. So as long as people know, then you can't do any more than that. And that's just the truth. People put out messaging that suits other people. Look, as soon as Eddie went on there yesterday, they were asking about opponents. The first name that Simon Jordan mentioned was Martin Bakole. Why is that? Because Martin Bakole is promoted by Boxer and Ben Shalom. Simon Jordan is so far up Ben Shalom's arse that naturally he would have said, mention Martin Bakole. So he did it. Who has ever mentioned Martin Bakole for a fight ever in the media?
I did speak to Billy Nelson the other day, and he did wonder why you guys didn't consider him.
Well, but it's like 50 other. But what I'm saying is, we're talking about the agenda and the messaging. How has he just raised Martin Bacoli's name out of 40 names? Because he's been asked to by Ben Shalom. Then he's got Frank Warren on the phone. Like, just plain to see.
Was that a name ever considered? Because people would look at that and say he's a dangerous guy. People were mentioning him for Fury, and that didn't happen. So was he ever considered?
Not really, no. Not really. Well, because it doesn't make any sense. No one knows who Martin Bacoli is. That's the truth of the matter. And that's nothing detrimental to Martin Bacoli. Here's talkSPORT. We've got to be careful. We can't say anything about talkSPORT now. No one... Why? It doesn't suit people to... Why? Because Martin Bacoli, he's a very good boxer, but no one's got a clue who he is. And I don't mind Billy Nelson, and it's his job to build up... Because Martin Bacoli's not a massive talker, it's Billy Nelson's job to do that, and fair play. But, no, it never made any sense.
And then, obviously, Andy Ruiz said he would take the fight. Did he ever get in contact?
No, he said it online, but also, that's like me saying I would fight Anthony Joshua for 10 million, and everyone going, why didn't you fight Frank Smith? Oh, because it didn't make any sense. The reality is, with 6 days to go, there's no chance of that fight being made.
Fair enough. Just some comments on this fight on Saturday. Why should people watch it on Saturday? What's Helenius going to bring?
Because I think you've got two heavy... Anthony Joshua is a special fighter with a huge fan base. Robert Helenius has been in there with the best. People are going to compare it to the Deontay Wilder fight. But one thing is, Robert Helenius is coming here to fight. He's not coming here to shy away in the corner. He's coming here to fight, and he can change his life in one night. And that's the great thing about heavyweight boxing. The vulnerability is always there. And you've got a stacked card as well. You've got Filip Hrgovic, who's the mandatory for Alexander Usyk for the IBF title against Dempsey McKean. Brilliant fight. Taking a proper fight in a position where he could have just waited for the belts. You got Derek Chisora, fan favourite, taking on Gerald Washington. You've got Johnny Fisher fighting for his first title against Harry Armstrong in a proper fight. You've got Campbell Hatton, Maisie Rose, George Liddard, and Brandon Scott as well. Stacked card top to bottom, and I think people shouldn't miss it.
Two quick ones. Conor Ben, what's the latest? When is he back?
Working through it now. Hopefully some news very soon.
Okay. Regis Prograis and Devin Haney.
Nearly there. Hopefully we'll get that one done soon. A bit of work still to be done, but not far off.
And final question. Have you seen Tyson Fury's recent comments about him saying that... I'll read it out. He said, I don't think you could fit enough €500 notes in this room for AJ to fight me. He just doesn't want to get absolutely smashed to pieces, and I can't say I blame him. That was some recent comments. What's your reaction?
I kind of take everything Tyson Fury says with a pinch of salt. Not in a bad way, but one day says one thing, one day says something like, so like, let's do less talking and talking about not each other, not talking about me, but let's just try and focus and see if we can get a fight done, and hopefully we can in 2024. Let's see.
Frank, we look forward to a good show Saturday night at the O2, and we'll see what happens with the main event.
Cheers, mate.